Alrighty, we are back now for game two against with Rutgers against Tulsa. We have a interesting and very impressive nonetheless win from Rutgers for that first game. They went a little bit untraditional builds on most of their heroes, going a Blink Blade Mail on 3. Are we expecting them to take this in a dominant 2-0 considering how hard they won game 1, or will Tulsa bring it back and show them that they are not out of this quite yet, despite that first game?
I would think that Tulsa's gonna ban out their heroes now. We already see the Ember out. Slark might be targeted as well, but that's gonna open up the Luna Shadow Demon that was contested in the last game in the banning phase, at least.
Right, well, there are still 3 bans left. I would not be surprised to see at least one of those heroes banned out. Other top contested heroes, I wouldn't be surprised to see if Slark ban just banned the heroes that were a little bit troublesome to deal with. Rutgers does still opt for that Shadow Demon, so even though they lost to the... Oh, wait, I have it backwards.
Is yours backwards again?
No, no, no.
Rutgers is on
I
top.
have it in my mind backwards.
Oh, okay.
It was Rutgers that played Ember Spirit,
Yeah.
so they have it banned against them. And then I was expecting Rutgers to ban Slark, but it was actually the Radiant Tulsa side that would ban Slark. But
They're
they're
more
still
afraid of
banning Meepo.
Meepo than the Slark. Makes
And then
sense.
Rutgers bans the Shadow Demon Luna combo because they don't want to play against it. Okay, so now that I got that straight, Meepo being banned out again, once again, most likely just a respect ban against WWW. They're more scared of his Meepo than his Slark, and then Ember Spirit banned out. They are afraid of that Ember Spirit mid, regardless of how good that player was. It's just a strong hero, so...
And Rutgers now is playing with a stand-in. One of their players had to go or do something, so they're
Tachyon
gonna
is
swap
the new
out one of
player?
their support players. Yep.
Okay. Now Tachyon swapping in, giving them a little help where they need it most.
Might mean that they might have to change up their draft a bit.
Yeah. I mean, not to say like help where they need it most is in their supports didn't play well last game, but definitely I think the stars of last match were those 3 cores, Blink Blade Mailing and Diving Deep for all of those continuous kills and chain objective. You know, it was just an impressive play.
I would give play of the game to Storm Salato. That triple kill in the top lane was pretty sick. He also told me to shout out his dad, so if his dad's watching, shout out to Victor.
Alright, well...
That was play of the game. If Dota had Overwatch play of the game, that really was the turning point because of how fat the axe got with that turnaround. And
Yeah.
he got blinked shortly after that. And just took the game out of control.
Alright, so that second ban coming out of Rutgers will be the Weaver. We often see that in the 1 role or the 4 role now. We don't often see it as a solo offlaner or as a mid hero. It's usually a carry, where you kind of skip boots and just go for that damage, or it's the 4 position, kind of just roaming and being annoying. Tulsa will go back. They will take the Luna despite Shadow being banned up. They don't really care about it. And Underlord will finally be picked up first phase. Last phase it was banned out in the second round. And now Rutgers is saying we don't want it to be let through and then just banned, so we're just going to take it right away and say this is a good hero. We'll show you how it's done. Doesn't really fill that same role that Axe does, though, so Rutgers might be looking to switch up their strategy a little bit. Show they're not a one-trick pony and take a commanding game 2.
Right, Underlord, a lot more methodical here, not necessarily just run at your face diving down tier 2s like they did last game.
As you say that, though, I'd have to disagree a little bit. Underlord is that frontliner who will literally just kind of run up, use your abilities, and then just tank everything. You won't dive necessarily, and you won't blink in, but you still are kind of just a run at you.
He's not your
hero.
initiation. He'll run at you.
He will run at
Sure,
you, but he's not your initiation. Exactly. So with that, they're going to be going for that Slark. Once again, we saw it last game, WWW Slark was very good, and Slark does match up pretty well against the Luna. You can use your ult or Shadow Blade to kind of escape Luna's ultimate, and then you can just kind of get into her face and not let her run away. Luna doesn't really want to, 1v1 man up fight, so good pick right there.
Yeah, I would say Slark, especially in pubs, is picked up as one of those counters to Luna. Not necessarily in terms of the mid game, but once you get later, Slark gets fat, he can definitely just take out Luna in the back lines without help from her team.
So, another thing to mention with this Slark, do you think we'll be seeing the Blade Mail rush again, considering they don't have that kind of run-at-you initiating offlaner? And considering that the Shadow Blade is particularly good against Luna because you can kind of just dodge her ultimate really easily with an instant invis.
Uh, who knows? I would say it's actually a bit better this game if he wants to go it again against the Luna, because if he can just get tanky, she's just gonna kill herself with the clips. That
That's
it's
true.
pretty funny anytime you see a Luna that's relatively low level, she gets like a solo eclipse on a hero with blade mail and she just dies.
Yep. And you can't stop it, The Eclipse
You
auto
can't do
targets and
anything
auto
about it at
kills
all.
it.
Yep.
So,
And if he actually gets too low, he has his ultimate to rely on as well. So he can just tank a couple beams with Eclipse and then just pop into ultimate and just finish her
exactly.
off.
Ogre Magi being picked up, a very typical combo with Luna. You don't have the Shadow Demon to amplify with illusions, but you have Ogre to give her Bloodlust and just let her be the right clicker. Not a particularly good save against the Slark. So they're hopefully gonna get another support or offlaner here that will be that sort of buffer that will save Luna against Slark's initiations. Otherwise, Slark could just be an issue once again, be that problem child who just runs around, dives deep. There are a few points where he like blink past tier 2s, tier 3s, towers just for those kills, and if he does that again, it could spell problems.
Tulsa definitely needs some type of hero with either AoE disable or instant disable
Mm-hmm.
to stop this Slark from coming in
Yeah,
and just
Ogre
killing
Stun
their backline.
projectile might be instant, but the cast time is quite like long. So if Slark has any sort of reaction, you just pop that Dark Pact right before the stun comes off, and he'll be fine. So they do need that sort of initiation onto Slark in order to kill him. Bans coming out: Viper and Sniper bans. This is untraditional. This is different. The ban of Viper and Shadow Shaman makes me think that Rutgers expects a pushing draft from Tulsa, and with the Luna Ogre Magi, that is a very, reasonable conclusion to make. But they go back and they ban Sniper, or Tulsa goes and they ban Sniper in that first pick, so they also don't want to play against the counter-pushing turtle hero, so might be just very heads-up play from Rutgers, expecting that pushing strat. Now the question is, do they commit to it? Do they go back, even though that some of these heroes are being banned up against them to help the push, and even though Rutgers knows that it's coming, do they just commit and go for that push? And with Tinkerband, same role. It's that counter-pushing turtle hero.
Yeah, so it looks like they're definitely gonna go with some group up and push, and that's one way to deal with Slark or any Invis heroes, just to go as 5 and try to take towers while he's not quite ready to fight yet.
But also remember, this Slark didn't play that like pick-off, roaming, solo ganking hero that you typically see from Slark. He played that team-fighting Goro's 5 style, even though it's a Slark, so it's interesting to see what these teams are doing. I'm just curious to see how it'll play out. And actually, Rutgers might just be turning around onto them. Jakiro, good wave clear, but also good tower push. And it's a sort of counter pick, or prevention pick, I should say.
Witch Doctor.
Dire team pick.
Interesting. So it looks like that other support won't provide that instant disable for the Slark. That Coconut is similar to the Ogre Magi spell, where it is a very slow stun. And if Slark has any sort of reaction, he'll just Dark Pact it off and continue his assault. And with Jakiro, you have an Ice Path to also counter Witch Doctor's ultimate, so Witch Doctor will have a little bit of trouble this game, but if he plays correctly, if he positions well, he will have a huge output. That Death Ward is no laughing matter.
The Witch Doctor, I would say, is a bit a weird pickup here. It's in the third phase. Doesn't really do necessarily well against any of Rutgers' heroes. And in terms of laning, he's kind of greedy, I would say. He wants to just get a farm up. He hits his level 6 before he really does a lot in this game.
Winter Wyvern being picked up as the secondary support for Rutgers provides once again that counter-pushing wave clear ability. The Cold Embrace, I believe it's called. Yes, the Cold Embrace is very good against both Luna and Witch Doctor. Either of them targeted. If Witch Doctor targets the ultimate on somebody or Luna targets her right clicks, that will completely negate all the damage. And then obviously the ultimate Winter's Curse from Wyvern will absolutely destroy anybody standing next to Luna. So very good pick there. It seems like they have most of their bases covered so far. And it will be a mid Zeus coming out for the side of Tulsa here. Interesting.
Zeus.
Yeah, I haven't seen that picked up very much recently. What do you think? Why do you think they got it?
5 seconds remaining.
Can blow up Underlord pretty quickly, but doesn't. They need some big lockdown now on the offlaner, because they have nothing to hold them in place. Even if the Zeus can dish out the damage,
Right. Zeus has the
Slark can
damage.
just get out of vision. He's just gonna heal back up.
Or if Slark just kind of runs at the Zeus, what's Zeus gonna do? He has no save from his supports. He has no escape, mobility, or anything against that pounce. So if Slark gets onto the Zeus, it's gonna be a very tough time for him. So they're really committed on this. Let's just group up as 5. Let's not let Slark do that. Let's not let Slark have his way with this game, and we're just gonna take everything. With Luna dealing damage to the towers, with that Bloodlust, and Zeus dealing the damage to the heroes where you need it. Despite that Winter's Curse and Cold Embrace from Wyvern, they will have now the means to stop it, or to kill. So, it has potential. It's just they need this last offlane hero to kind of finish up and round off their draft.
10 seconds remaining.
Could see a Sand King. It was banned up last game and is still available this game. Provides an initiation. Could also see Slardar. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. It's a very good hero. Yes, it's against Winter Wyvern, who counters that physical, but it's still a good initiation, a good frontliner.
They have their options. I would say Slaughter is probably their best bet. Axe is not too bad either, and I was gonna say maybe even Void.
Alrighty, so this
they're gonna get Void
so
once
this
again.
will be an offlane Void this time, so it will most likely be Ice 9 on the carry Luna instead of the Void, and then Void being played by JD in the offlane. I do like that pick. Once again, we were saying last game, it's good against Slark. It's good at like their team fight strategy. If they have a Zeus and a Luna backing up that Chrono, they will have the damage output this time, and especially with Witch Doctor Ultimate. But they have Wyvern on the other team. They have Jakiro on the other team. They have Underlord on the other team, and these heroes are all very good at like stopping and slowing down that initiation. So they will have a lot more pressure this game as well to execute these fights. And with that last pick,
Pain.
that is a favorable matchup mid, correct?
She can own Zeus pretty much. Just bully him. But of course, it's hard to stop him from last hitting because he just uses Lightning Bolt.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the introductions. Here we have on the Tulsa squad, GBPS playing the mid Zeus, Ice 9 on the carry Luna. He will be, looks like they might be going aggro here. They have JD on the off lane, or in this case safe lane Void, Rua Baby on Witch Doctor, and Mongoloid on the support Ogre. On the side of Rutgers, we have Storm Soldat on the Winter Wyvern, WWW on Slark, TissMC on the offlane Underlord, Tachyon on the standing in support Jakiro, and SSR on the mid Queen of Pain. So this offlane aggro lane from Tulsa with the Luna, is this normal? I guess Luna does provide that Lunar Blessing, so all of the right clicks coming out of this offlane will be a little bit stronger, but Luna's typically a hero that needs levels, needs farm, needs kind of that safety because she is so squishy.
They should win this lane for sure, just with their heroes. Ogre is really strong in laning early, as well as the Witch Doctor. While they're going against a Winter Wyvern, which is pretty weak, and a Slark.
But they have the 2 flying dragons. They have the ice dragon and then an ice and fire dragon. It's a pretty terrifying lane. Oh, and look at this. Tachyon will be going maybe uphill. No, he will turn around, go right towards mid. That was a potential kill if he ended up going up there. And they will ping out a fake ward placed by the Jakiro. So nothing really happening yet. I don't think that Rutgers knows about this aggro lane, but seeing this Luna right now, they will know something's up. And with this Void against Underlord, I don't know. I think these lanes might favor Tulsa, but they have a lot harder time executing.
Void does fine 1v1 against Underlord, one of the better melee heroes to match up against him.
Right.
He has good base damage.
But at the same time, Underlord in a 1v1 against a melee hero, you're happy. Even if you don't really stomp or get any kills onto the Void, you're going to get your farm uncontested. And top, as you were saying, this Slark is going to be suffering a little bit. The right clicks coming out of the Tulsa squad will be pretty scary. And,
no free farm for him this game.
nope. And maybe that's what their plan is this time, to stop this Slark from having his way with the game early.
Alright, it's Jakiro in the mid lane. Trying to go for career snipes, gets aggroed.
Pulls the entire creep. But that actually hurts his mid, because now the creep equilibrium will be right on the high ground for Zeus. Yes, it'll be under tower, but just barely. I guess that's going to push back into Queen of Pain's
I don't even think he could have killed it if it flew by.
Probably
of
not.
how slow his attack speed is.
And now it looks like
It's
it will
pretty
be a
bad
lane
range,
swap
too.
up. Look at that. Slark is going instantly to bottom. He's like, I'm done with this. And then the
Luna
response...
is already swapped as well.
Yeah, the response, Luna instantly TPs and Void instantly TPs. So for a second, Luna's going to have an issue because it's going to be a 2v1, but supports will be coming back bottom. And now with Slark offlane is the play, and this is even more questionable than the Luna offlane. So I think this is favoring Tulsa, despite, you know, these matchups not technically being that great. A stun coming out here from Witch Doctor. Only one cast hits onto the Jakiro, but there is enough of a follow-up with Ogre and Luna's Lucent Beam. They will get first blood onto the Witch Doctor. And now with the Maledict onto the two remaining heroes, they have to back off and be a little hesitant.
A dual breath level 1 for the Jakiro.
Look at the Slark. Slark gets down to 50 health, and Ignite comes out of him and forces a reaction, a defensive heal from Wyvern. Heals up just enough so he doesn't die. And now this Slark is almost entirely out of regen. Used Tango's and his salve now.
Yeah, both these dragons don't provide much of anything at early levels. They want to get their levels up.
Not the
And,
strongest of laners, for sure.
But the fact that they have to walk around so much, this Jakiro is a bounty hunter player, so having that courier snipe greed is gonna put them behind at this point.
Looks like they might get a kill onto Ogre
they
here,
get this
having the slows from both the dragons, and then the pounce from Slark onto the back line.
That took everything they got.
And now look, Witch Doctor comes into the back, and he's gonna be almost killed up. He's down to 100 health, but he will be able to just kind of run away. He has boots, whereas these two dragons are both very slow, 285 and 290 speed.
The casket not bouncing in their
Yeah,
favor.
soaked up by the neutral creeps. But now look at this. Rua Baby is fighting under tower. Luna is on the way back, and now both of these dragons very deep. Rua Baby does not have a point in heal, so he will go down. Looks like Jakiro should also go down. Nice Nine's going to turn around and try to get a kill. He will get both of the kills. Both dragons go down just for a chase kill onto Witch Doctor. This does probably still favor Tulsa because Luna's getting XP from that. He's getting farm. And she will be very close to a Helm of the Dominator? No. For a second I thought that recipe was already the Helm of the Dominator recipe, and that would have been impressive, but... Anywho. Top lane, we see Void is now losing to this Underlord. It is a melee versus melee matchup, so Underlord is a little bit strong, but I don't think we'll be seeing a kill top. Mid lane in favor of Queen of Pain. She is ahead on CS by a lot, and now she has a haste rune coming bottom, so it looked like more kills are going to be tried to... I don't know.
Are people
What's
actually
going
watching
on?
this? The stream's open. The overlay is
Oh
still
my...
up.
This
No one
is...
has said anything.
Nobody said anything to me! Oh, that was 4.5 minutes this time. I am... Just fire me.
Good thing I had the stream open on the side. Finally someone said something. After I noticed it.
Yeah, I am very sorry, everybody. I was distracted by this game. It is quite a, you know, aggressive game so far. Both of these aggro lanes have been just getting lots of kills and lots of aggression. And it looks like there will be another kill coming out. Luna is going to be the target. There will be a Queen of Pain still being bottom. They will get the Luna, and they're going to try to kill Witch Doctor. He TPs away with only 40 health. I don't know how I keep making this overlay mistake. This is the third time now. Whew. Fired. Classic Dota meme.
So exchange. I would say it started out pretty bad for Rutgers, but the fact that they've got these turnaround kills, they're in a pretty stable position now.
Yeah, and while that Quap was ganking bottom, Jakiro did get some levels mid. He will be level 4 at 6 minutes, so that's not that bad. And Queen getting those kills bottom makes that time worthwhile.
Yeah, both their solo lanes are doing well, and they'll take the hit on their tri lane and try to salvage it later. Well, maybe courier snipe here. Or she's looking to go for the kill instead. Quap is sitting in mid. She's gonna walk up.
This Invis rune get her into a perfect position. GBPS will have supports coming in to save him. The Sonic Wave not committed, it probably would not have finished off that kill, but actually, Zeus is sitting at only 200 health, so that Sonic Wave may have
Yeah,
gotten the
he
kill.
would have died for sure.
And now Quap might want to go back in for a little bit more. She is taking the bounty rune. She is kind of just playing around with this ogre. And no, she'll just run away. She wants to get her farm. She wants to get her levels. She's not been farming for a while, so her CS has actually been passed now by the Zeus after being out of lane for so long. And meanwhile, Slark being left alone bottom, not really ideal, but with extra regen being flown out, going right back for that blade mail build. Getting that chainmail first gives him a little bit more armor, and he is almost level 6, so despite the issues of that early game, he is recovering pretty nicely. Meanwhile, at the bottom shrine, Queen will blink in and ult on that Zeus before he can use the shrine. There will be a little bit more fighting going on, but with Ogre using the shrine, he'll be back up to full, and they're going to turn their attention to Witch Doctor running down. The dagger will come out, the Shadow Strike will come out from Queen, and now the right clicks will finish off the Witch Doctor. Queen getting a double kill, pretty big deal. Once again, not really keeping up on CS, but
Wait,
since
the overlay is still up.
I fixed it, there's a delay. There's a stream delay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. It's actually like a 3-minute delay, huh?
Yeah, it's maybe even, yeah, I think it's 3.
Alright.
Anywho, Slark
It
does
is
get
fit.
level 6, Queen does get 4 kills so far at only 8 minutes, and their Underlord is winning top. Although, as I say that, he is being dove, and he will be killed by the Zeus. Zeus actually wastes the ult a little bit there because they had so much extra damage. They will get the kill onto Underlord, but he is still sitting well atop on CS, doubled up onto the Void. Kill attempt will be coming bottom. They are going right onto that Ogre. They do have the dual slows from the 2 dragons, and WWW will want to go in, but the turnaround in damage from Luna's Lucent Beam will get Wyvern down to 100 health. So, both heroes getting away by the skin of their teeth. The Fire Breaths will start coming out onto that bottom tier 1 because the lane is finally under there, and Void will be pressuring top in response. Now look at this, Underlord just came bottom. They figured, let's just stop the Luna. That's like the bread and butter of this strategy. And if we just send all of our heroes down there, we can get Slark ahead and stop their carry.
Big Eclipse coming out.
The damage will be soaked up by Jakiro, who runs away. Slark will still go down in the end. Wyvern will go down, Jakiro will go down. That is a 3 for 2. Ogre, I guess, died at the start, so it wasn't necessarily that same engagement. But if this hero also goes down, no. The wand up and the ult out from Underlord will keep it as that. Wyvern goes down, Jakiro goes down, 2 supports. Those aren't really the big deals though. Both carries also dying.
Yeah, Luna didn't get anything out of that, but
Still favors Tulsa. Yes, your carry died, but you got a favorable trade.
Void got a lot of gold.
And now Jakiro with a Fire Breath and Queen of Pain with a double damage rune. They take that mid tier 1. So first tower of the game going in favor of this Rutgers squad. And now,
I
that's
wonder
level
what
6.
Void's gonna build. Is he gonna go straight into Vlad's, or
I imagine he goes the initiating role this game, more that
he's gonna attempt to
utility,
get
maybe a
a
blink
blink
dagger.
first?
That's what I would expect. But if they feel like this game is not going heavily enough in their favor, they might just have to go back and get another core hero, have him build as a carry, and just kind of say, we understand your draft does hit this kind of spike early, so we're just gonna hunker down and wait for that next one. GBPS will be trying to... Nah, he'll just juke away. Jakiro doesn't really have a good stun, and he actually doesn't even have a stun leveled, so there is no way Jakiro secures that kill. And now Void will be coming mid. He has a Bloodlust on him, and he has his Chrono ready.
Regeneration.
So, most likely they will be trying to hunt to kill Zeus and
Radiant's
Void.
bottom tower
Big
is under
ultimates, and Luna's ult coming up soon in 19 seconds.
Luna still has a lot of catching up to do, and she's not doing it the most efficiently.
Yeah, if you look at the net worth, top 3 are still in favor of Rutgers, despite those, like, the wonky lane swapping going on. Quap is far ahead of his opposing mid, but the other matchups are much closer. 3,700 of Slark to 3,500 of Luna, and 3,600 of Void against 3,600 of Underlord. So the only really uneven matchup is that mid lane, and I think it's because this queen is 4-0 and 0.
But also, none of her items are really in her inventory right now. She's sitting on 1,000 gold, while the Zeus spent most of his gold. And once he gets the Veil, I'd say they're about at an even point, even though the number will show that she is ahead.
Oh, for sure. And especially if once he gets that Veil, they're able to, you know, capitalize off of it, get a kill instantly with the Void Chrono follow initiation.
Radiant structures
And
are
they have the damage output, so all they just need is one good fight to put them securely in the lead of this game. A good TP Chrono will catch Slark mid-leap. The ultimate will come out, but it won't be quite enough to fix him. He will get Winter's Cursed up, so Void tries to time walk in and finish off Slark, but Slark does manage to get away and heal up here. And now he is going back onto the hunt. These 3 heroes are caught off in the back line. They will kill Witch Doctor here, but Slark will just get nuked down by the Zeus. It will be a 2-for-1. Slark going down, but the 2 supports going down. And now Queen coming into the back line cleans up, will get another kill onto the Zeus, so it is a 3-for-1 now. Once again, this is kind of the mirror matchup of what happened bottom, where the carry died, but they got 3 kills in return, but this time it's on the other team. Still, Rutgers is happy with it, and they're probably going to get the tower as well. They will.
Radiant's top tower
Underlord, 140 bonus damage at 13 minutes. Now, that's why this hero is so highly contested, I guess. That's insane amount of damage.
If you want to fight, it's like for sure a tower with just him.
Mm-hmm.
He can just knock it down by himself. Luna wasn't involved in that, so she's gonna have time to catch up now. But still under the Underlord as well as the Quap.
Mm-hmm. She did go for that Helm of the Dominator rush. She will follow it up with that Aquila and Treads. This is a pretty typical build, and if he continues farming at this rate, he will eventually take back that top net worth spot just because of the nature of the hero. So I think that's what their goal is this game. Void did go for that Vlad, so not the pure initiation. He will be going the Manta next. Till they aren't looking to end this game anytime in the next like 10-20 minutes. They're probably going for late game at this point. Meanwhile, Slark went for that early game build like he did last game, that Blade Mail Rush. We have an Underlord going for the mech. That's pretty standard. Doesn't really tell you if he's trying to do something soon or just hunkering down for late game. I'm pretty sure you go the same build regardless on this hero. And then Queen of Pain went Ewell's first and then Lincoln's next, so... I don't know. I don't play Queen. Do you think this build is the right build here? Because she feels like if she gets caught out by this Chrono, neither of those items will save her at all.
I think the Yule's build is just to continue to snowball, cancel TPs, lock people down for her team to catch up, maybe hit Ice Path or something. It's definitely the more aggressive build.
That's true. With Jakiro and Underlord, it is a nice kind of setup and combo. Getting multiple pits off in a row with the Ewells or the chain stun from the Ice Path.
Orchid kind of fell out as a quad build.
There will be a Chrono onto this Queen of Pain, and follow up by a Luna ultimate. A little bit overkill, but they get the kill onto the top net worth hero of the other team, so it's most likely still worth it. And they're going to be looking for more. There are a lot of heroes that were behind that Queen of Pain, but they have no sort of save for her.
So that should be a potential tower
Top
for
lane, we see GPPS
Tulsa.
fighting up against Slark. Slark will miss the pounce and use the blade mail, so GBPS is now on the hunt. We'll use both of the spells and nuke Slark down to like 100 health from full, so that's the power of the Veil that we were saying earlier. Not enough to get the kill, unfortunately, and Slark will just TP away, but asserting his dominance for sure.
Alright, so with all these heroes settled bot, they're not even going to attempt to go for the tower push.
Which is
The
interesting,
Queen
though.
just respawning in about 30 seconds.
They
so
see the Void ult use, they see Luna ult use, and they see Zeus ult use, so I'm surprised they're not grouping up more for this, with Queen just abandoning the lane and going top to opt for some more farm. And with their mid lane being pressured by the Faceless Void, that will force reactions, and that'll just put the end of this bottom lane aggression from the Rutgers team. So I'd have to go ahead and say I'm favoring Tulsa so far this game. They are not getting stomped nearly as hard in the early game as they were last game. They're only 2,000 behind in net worth and pretty much even on XP. And with their heroes, I do believe they scale quite a bit harder, actually. With the Void, with the Luna, with the Zeus, all of these heroes are quite strong.
looks like support's going to go down though in the bot lane.
Yep. 5 heroes
Ogre's
ganking.
gonna try to get out, but there you see the Yule's doing work.
Yep. 5 heroes ganking. They will get both supports and a tower, most likely. Definitely not their ideal because it's only 2 supports, but they get something. They help that lead. They're trying towards that snowball. And Tulsa's going to instantly react and try to get that mid-tier 1, but they won't have enough time. There will be instant TP reaction from Underlord, who can just ultimate Dark Rift right back into bottom lane, so this push is probably not going to stop. However, Chrono is going to be up in 5 seconds, Luna's Eclipse is going to be up in 5 seconds, and Zeus's ultimate is up. So if
They're
they
going for
stick
the
around,
backstab here.
if they stick around too long, they could end up dying here. They will get a Chrono right onto the Slark in the backline. He can't use the Lucent Beam or the Eclipse because there are all those creeps around him. So Slark will be trying to get away with the ultimate committed. On the backline, Chikira will go down. They do find the Slark in the trees, and Slark will also go down. Now Queen is standing ground invis. A random Zeus bolt might have scouted him out. They are maybe looking for a little bit more with this invis rune, but a little bit too greedy here, and she could end up going down as well, as all 5 heroes are here. So, good response from Tulsa, once again using all of their ultimates. I guess not Luna's, but using 2 big of their cooldown ultimates for these kills. Saves the tower, and now they're going to be looking to get their own tier 1 in response. The first tier 1 of the game for their team, while all
Rutgers
3 of
probably
their
going
tier
to lose
1s
their
are already
courier
dead.
here.
Yeah. Queen is in a good spot here, sees the courier, uses the double damage just to guarantee it, and that's 2,300 net worth on the courier.
Or it's
And-
Tulsa's courier. Rutgers isn't killing him.
Yeah, and now Rutgers is going in for more. They defend that tower, they get a kill onto the Wyvern, or sorry, onto the Witch Doctor, and then Wyvern ults onto the Ogre to keep him locked down. Ogre will ult go down here, now Void is the next one.
Void's Manto is, or not Manto, his Yasha on the courier,
Yeah.
so he's not going to run as fast.
The slow is coming out from Wyvern. Slark is getting closer, almost in range for Pounce, but he will just time walk down. Queen now blinking into the backlines, does not have the Yules available, but will get, what's that called? Time dilated, and
Time dilating.
that will be the end
She
of the chase.
misses her Yules there. Zeus was just TPing out, and she clicks it on herself instead of the TPing Zeus.
Oh, that's a shame.
That was a for sure kill if she canceled the TP, but
So this has now become very rough from Tulsa. Yes, they got a good fight, but immediately after, they squander it. They don't get a tower, and they lose a few heroes while running away. And now the push strategy from Rutgers is just going to go right back into effect. They have the liquid fire to hit buildings. Kind of fix the problem from last game where Slark doesn't hit buildings, but this time they do with the Underlord and the Jakiro. So still, no towers have gone the way of Tulsa, and Rutgers is now 4 of the outer 6 towers dead.
Tulsa have pretty limited fighting potential. They can only really fight with Chrono up.
Yep.
And He has the pressure to hit it on at least 2 heroes, otherwise Winter Wyvern's gonna go and save someone. Just make it hard for them to find those kills.
Exactly. They have the cooldowns, or they have the fight, but only when they have the cooldowns. And as you were saying that, there's the 2-man Chrono. They get it onto Underlord, who does have that minus 40% damage, so he is a little bit tough to kill, but they will look and they will try to get Shakiro as well in the backline. Winter Wyvern is there, makes his presence known, and heals up Shakiro. They might go for a return kill onto Ogre. Ogre is going a little bit too deep here. Will hit himself onto the Blade Mail and will go down. So 1 for 1. Underlord, obviously a little bit more important than the Ogre, but they still had to commit ultimates for it.
Luna's gonna kill herself. Oh!
No, has enough health. He will barely live, but that Shadow Strike will end up killing him, and without that Shrine there, he might get away. No, that last right click might be enough to secure it, and then the TP out, he will go down. So Luna goes down, Witch Doctor goes down. They do get the kill onto the Queen, however, that is still in favor of Rutgers now. All the ultimates being used from Tulsa's side, and they don't get an objective off of it still.
No towers taken for them.
Yep. And the last tier 2 towers, they have creep waves approaching. This mid lane will be being pushed out by Jakiro. Top lane is already pushed in, so Tulsa's has to be a little bit worried now. Their lead, they almost got all back to even in net worth, but now it's back to 6,000 in favor of Rutgers, and now XP is a little bit in favor of Rutgers, however, not as significantly. And Luna's farm did catch up with that return kill on, once again, to the top net worth of Queen of Pain. She is sitting only 1,000 below the top and above everyone
That
else.
kill onto Queen was huge.
Which is in charge?
Blade Mail Gaming, once again, they will go Blade Mail on 2, and I would not be surprised to see this Underlord go Blade Mail. I guess he's not rushing it like he did in the last game, like everybody did in the last game, but he would not be surprised me if he does go back. Luna,
Surprised Queen didn't go for that kill. She had a chance onto Zeus, but she decided to just blink away instead.
Luna top, an attempted kill on WWW, or from WWW onto Luna, but she'll just TP out and he has no way to cancel, so a little bit of lane control got by Luna, and then a quick TP out to go back to farming elsewhere. I don't know, this game has started out super aggressive, super fast, super bloody, but both teams are now going back and just farming a little bit. Underlord jungling up, Queen of Pain also jungling up, and Slark looking for these solo kills even though he doesn't have the best way to do them right now.
Fighting against Zeus Void is still very scary, so Rutgers is not going to try to push their advantage too much right now. They're trying to farm, play a bit safe, as they know that this chrono's up now.
Honestly, I think the key here for Tulsa is to not use your ultimate combo when they are off cooldown. You just farm. And then, yes, you're missing out on that opportunity to get kills, but the second that you use all your ultimates, Rutgers will understand that your draft falls off heavily and they won't be looking to push anytime soon. And since they are, you know, in my opinion at least, a stronger late game matchup, if they just kind of have the threat of the Chrono, the threat of the Eclipse always up, it's possibly more scary than the actual kills that come from them.
If this Luna can start to get fat, like Butterfly,
Dire's middle tower is under
probably needs a BKB this game
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah, it's a scary hero. Come late game, you can kind of just man up and beat everybody. And with these Mantas now, they will look for these tier 1s finally being pressured, and most likely safely with the Luna, but that's an entire squad from Tulsa being top. Only the 2 are showing, no, 3 are showing, 2 are on the side. They are trying to bait a response here from Rutgers, but they will see the Zeus on the side and just instantly run away. No, they didn't fully back off here. Smoke was popped onto all the heroes, and Tulsa going deep, gets the ult onto the Rutgers carry and offlaner. Eclipse also being used, half of the beams are being soaked up by creeps, but on the side there is going to be a Witch Doctor ult and a Zeus ult. They will get Winter Wyvern, and they will get Jakiro, but on the backline, Queen does kill the Zeus. They're going to try to look for more here. With the Bloodlust onto Void and onto this Luna, they do have a lot of right-click damage. Ice 9 will be Glimmer caped up and try to get away. On the back lines, they have the Queen still going deep, tries to get to Luna, but is not quite able to connect. Jules up
Blink.
onto Luna. She has
Ooh,
very
she
little health,
pops
but
from
the
the Maledict.
Maledict. Yep. So that's 3 going the way of Tulsa, and they only lose their Zeus. Yes, they had to use their ults once again, so it's not necessarily the most control that they'll have off of it, and they didn't get an objective. Other than that tier 1, they still get a solid win. And if you look at the fight recap,
Best Chrono either. They hit it on 2 targets that are pretty hard to kill at this point.
they got the Underlord's offlaner and safe lane Slark, so big deal from that Chrono, hitting the Chronos that he needs to. They get a 3,500 advantage in XP earned, or 3,000 advantage in XP, and a 2,000 gold swing in their favor. So now,
the biggest thing about that Chrono was it put the supports in a bad position because they felt like they needed to go up and help those 2 heroes,
yeah.
and that got them killed by that Death Ward.
So, like I was saying, Tulsa is not out of it at all. Even though this early game was a little bit troublesome and they did not get their first tower until around 25 minutes, they are back into it with a single good fight and all this AFK farming. And now, after 1 or 2 more creep camps, Luna will finally take place as the top in the net worth. But, I mean, Queen's also farming, but I do foresee Luna taking that spot very soon, especially with the tier 1s going down, being the next target.
And the Faceless Void did go for a carry build.
Yeah.
He did go for Vlad's Manta. He will go back for Blink now, help him set up those Chronos, but he's been hit just fine, just with his time walk.
There will be a response here out of the Rutgers side. They lose the tier 1, but Void will be chained up. He is going to try to get a Chrono off here. He does get a Chrono onto 3, but he also hits his Luna. Queen in the back line does get a very good ultimate. Sonic Wave hits on 4. Queen will go down, and Witch Doctor will also go down. The chase is still going. Void is in the back line. He will be burst down, but he will time walk out. If Roche bashes him, Roche bashed him! Oh no! And now JD will also go down. So it is a 2-for-1 in favor of Rutgers. And now they're going to look right for that Roche bit because Void led them to it.
They have the damage for this. Luna is back she didn't die, she's alive, and she can TP with ultimate up, but looks like with Underlord having that extra bonus damage, they're gonna be able to finish up in time.
Yeah, Slark and Underlord both get very strong after
Can they
fights
get
are
out
over.
though? That's the thing. Setting in the illusions.
The
This
ult
might
will
be a
come
very
out.
good
They
fight.
will get a kill onto the Wyvern. However, Ice Nine will also go down. Jakiro yules himself up to save himself. Slark will use the Aegis. And now they have to try to go back to get the Slark, but they're just going to ult down. Slark's going to be by himself, 1v3 right now. A stun will come out. He will use his ultimate. He might try to get a return kill here, but he does to get a nice ult. And he has a haste rune. Interesting. I didn't even see him pick that up, but nice pickup. He will get away. They lose Luna, but they get a Wyvern in return and a Aegis in return. And now Slark with that haste and Queen TPing in, they go back and they get Zeus and they're hunting for more. A good stun from Witch Doctor. It will get chain stuns onto everybody, but it is not quite enough to save his Ogre. Now he is in a bad position. Void also going in, trying to get a return kill, but this might just be his death if they had a root from the Underlord.
Witch
But they kill.
Doctor,
Yeah, Witch Doctor
finished off Guap
Maledict.
with the Maledict.
Once again, that just ticking down. Quap has died twice now to that. They're getting something in return on Tulsa, but these fights are definitely not going in their favor anymore. The caster
That
curse is
looks
real, man.
Really good for Tulsa though,
It
but
looked
Luna
good.
didn't have a hero backup.
Yeah. I was
and she got
just
focused.
saying Tulsa is coming back into it. Look how good they're doing. They're getting a tier 1 and like all this net worth advantages from towers, and then they lose like 7 kills in a row and Aegis. So they have their work cut out for them. Once again, they're a little bit set back by that initiation. They were slowly on the climb, and now it's back to 7,500 in favor of net worth, and almost 1,200 or 12,000, sorry, in favor of XP towards Tulsa or towards Rutgers. Interesting, interesting stuff. And look at this. Look at Jakiro's item queued up. He has a Yules, he has a Veil, and now he's going for an Ato. So this is a like pseudo carry 4-position Jakiro. These are the same items you'd see from like a mid Jakiro. So definitely curious stuff going on this game. WWW jumps onto the backline. He will find the Zeus. And with these Echo Saber slows, they will get the kill. He has his ult available. They're going to try to get more. The Shrine will be used up. The Chrono does come out, and they catch him just barely, but he also gets the Luna, who gets cursed up. So Void has to turn the attention from Slark onto the Luna. Luna is low, uses the BKB and ults, but Underlord's already in with the Dark Rift to get them all out.
And he only
took him
to
to
the
the
mid lane,
lane.
so they're ready to fight again.
But Chrono is used, Luna Eclipse is used, so they don't have too much here, and they have to just be on the retreat. Void will be the one spotted out, but he has an escape. Zeus, sorry, not Zeus, Slark and Queen are going to jump on the back line, get the Ogre, and now they're going to go for the Faceless, who gets rooted up, so he can't time walk, gets chained down. He'll get rooted up again, Manta will be used, he will time walk out, but he is not necessarily safe yet. The Queen of Pain ult does connect, and that will be another kill. And now they're diving the tier 3, getting 2 more kills. And this is just insane, like, coordination and commitment of these fights from Rutgers. They see one hero, and while their supports are killing a backline Void, they ignore it and go for these supports that are way further back. I don't know, like, even if they're planning this or if they just have bloodlust and it's working out. Because the same thing happened last game too. I remember they dove a tier 4 when a tier 2 was still up and they got kills with it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
They know as soon as Tulsa's initiation whiffs and they don't have their spells anymore, they're not really afraid of anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty unlikely that Witch Doctor and Ogre can lock down the Slark in time to kill him.
Yeah, and now the Slark has a Scotty as well, so even though they have that huge burst from Luna, from the Zeus as well, that's a tough kill, having 2,500 health to burn through, and then the ultimate and the Wyvern to heal him up.
And Wyvern has a blink as well. He can come in from pretty far to help save heroes.
Last game we were talking about the Oracle being the response, just sitting outside of the Chrono and instantly reacting, and now Wyvern's going to fill the same exact role, but even better. Because not only will you save somebody from the Chrono, you're going to turn Void around and kill any of his teammates or even pull him out of it. So, definitely a good response pick here. And a solid play from him. I don't think I've seen him get chronoed yet. He's always been in the back lines and being safe. And now Roche respawning. The start of the respawn range begins in about 4 minutes. So we could see Rutgers just opt to wait for that and not kind of push their luck. These last few fights have been going in their favor, but it has been 1 by 1 for the Tulsa team, and they can't really rely on that happening every time. So I would not be surprised but see both teams just relax, cool it down for 4 minutes, wait for this next Roche, and that will be the deciding factor for this game, I believe. Hey.
The Queen of Pain is a pretty scary late game hero, so on paper it looks like Tulsa have the slightly better late game lineup, but Queen of Pain is no joke in this patch.
An ultimate coming out of Luna. She will get a connection onto Underlord, but Underlord has that Blade Mail.
BKB though, so she took so much damage.
The Underlord's Blade Mail will turn around and kill her. The Chrono also used, Zeus ult also used, so 3 ults committed and is still going poorly for them. They've lost 2 already. Witch Doctor ult will get a kill onto the Wyvern, but he will go down for it. Void will narrowly escape here onto the bottom, but maybe the Maledict will kill Queen of Pain here again? No, it will not. So they really want this Void. He has no TP, he has no Time Walk, and he will actually die to that Firestorm. So that is a 4 for 1, only the support dying for Rutgers. So maybe Rutgers is looking just to push high ground a little bit earlier than we thought.
Yeah, Luna killed herself there. She didn't commit her BKB.
Yeah.
It was too late.
2 things I wanted to say right before that fight broke out. Have you seen what Luna's building? She's going for the X.
Agonies.
I'm so excited. We haven't seen this very much. It's a lot of AoE magical damage, but if she doesn't pop her BKB with all these blade mails, it might just bite her in the butt.
And she can just put it on the Void as well.
And then Queen of Pain approaching level 25. We've seen the Blade Mail Queen of Pain level 25 thing. It's extremely strong. Even without that Octarine, 70% lifesteal will keep you almost full. And then the Octarine pumps it up to 95%, so once you get that, you're nigh immortal. Or nearly immortal. I guess nigh doesn't really work there, but that's not the point. Tier 3 will go down bottom, and Underlord will just take them to safety. Queen is split pushing top. That last tier 2 on the map will save the shrines for Tulsa, but not for very long.
They have one more chance to take this game, really. They get the Ags on the Witch Doctor and the Luna and try to take a really good team fight.
Oh, for sure. With Zeus Veil and this Luna Og's Zeus Alt Void Chrono, if they get a good fight, they can wipe Rutgers very quickly. The issue is getting that
the Slark
initiation.
will have BKB, so he's going to be a relatively hard kill, but the Underlord, anyone else pretty much. You catch him in Chrono, you put the Aghanim's ult onto the Void, and it's guaranteed kill pretty much.
And one good thing about Luna going the Ogs, you don't have to worry about Wyvern having you turn around and kill your team because you're not building pure right-click damage. You don't have to worry about that Wyvern's Cold Embrace stopping your output. You just toss that ultimate, and they don't really have a way to stop that other than the BKB. But if you're caught on the Chrono, you can't BKB. Speaking of Slark's BKB, he's 200 gold away. Aegis is also going to be spawning in just under a minute, so that's a very early spawn for the Roshan. And if they get these 2 items up, Tulsa might not have the burst actually to finish off all these heroes. And Aegis is already tough enough to deal with. When you have these ultimate-centered lineups, Aegis really kind of counters that by stalling out and forcing some sort of prolonged engagement.
And if Tulsa can't let Rutgers get Aegis, it's pretty much game for them.
Yeah.
So Slark can go as ham as he wants with his BKB even, and that's just like 4 lives for him pretty much.
And look at this, Tulsa doesn't have any wards up, so they have to be really defensive. They're always scared, especially with all these heroes from Rutgers just farming the jungle. They have no idea where to be and where not to be right now.
Luna gonna have her Ags before Rosh spawns, I think. Oh no, it's gonna be close. They need to give her the top wave, but Zeus is taking it, so Rosh will spawn. She needs 400 more gold.
Yeah, with that bottom lane pushing in, she will get the money for it. The question is now, if she gets that and does not have buyback and they lose a fight at the Roche pit, that's potentially just game over right there. And with Rutgers already scouting out Roche and starting it up, they do not have time on their hands.
Is she gonna sell something for it?
Oh, the Aquila.
She sold her Aquila for it, and they need to go right now though. Roche is 75% HP.
She could have
Smoke is
sold the
ready.
4 TPs. The 4 TPs are worth enough money to have gotten her to that, but whatever.
They're not going fast enough.
Yep, this Roche
Because
is dying.
the smoke was in someone's backpack.
Yeah, that 6-second delay is gonna be actually the deciding factor here. Roche will die, and if they were there right now, or like 6 seconds earlier, they would have been able to contest. But they will go for that solo chrono
will
onto
die
the Queen of Pain mid. They get the kill, but they lose Roche, and now Slark's looking for more. He uses the BKB, so that Luna ult does almost literally nothing. It hits at the very end onto Underlord. Underlord tanks it for almost no reason because Queen of Pain has a Luna has a BKB already, so that blade mill damage does not work. Wyvern jumping onto the backline gets a very good ultimate onto Luna. Void ends up killing her own team, or his own team. And now GPPS will be going down to the Slark. A 3 for 1 so far. They still have Aegis on Slark. Storm Soldat is going to be the focus of Void right now, but Void will have to run. He will have Time Walk in 1 second, will not manage to get it off because of the cast time. So now with 4 dead, Void will have to buy back in a desperate attempt to save their base. But Luna and Zeus, no buyback. This was the issue with buying out on that Aghanim Scepter. And now it looks like Rutgers are just going to try to take the entirety of the enemy base. This time WWW is not blinking and diving. He is playing an objective-based gamer. And as I say that, of course, he dives. Gets the kill on Witch Doctor. Solid pickup. But Witch Doctor's only dead for 17 seconds. That new talent tree, minus 35-second respawn, is pretty nice.
Oh no, Void is rooted up.
The
He can't fight,
Atos,
but at the same time,
the
Slark was
Q.
getting healed by the Wyvern. He couldn't fight that, but wasn't necessary. Enough damage with the fire.
This Jakiro's carry build, you just send out your ult, send out an Atos, and then follow it up with the Yule's Ice Path, and they're stuck in that fire for so long. However, they did buy time for their 2 other cores to spawn. They did lose Void again, so that's a dieback on Void. But Racks go down mid. Wyvern being a little bit greedy, possibly going for items or something. But
Oh, you just bought a Mask of Madness.
yeah, that's just disrespect right there. WWW is using his BKB. He still has Aegis, so he is going deep. He is 1v4ing right now. He will get 2 kills. They are looking for the Luna, but Luna's BKB does prevent that leash from attaching. And now with Slark's ultimate, he has 60 stacks of essence almost. So this fountain will not actually deal very much damage to him. Unfortunately, he dies. That's actually a very big death, because yes, he has Aegis, but that loses his 60 stacks of agility. That's 180 agility that he just lost. And the ult will miss the Slark, but Slark has no fear with Queen of Pain coming in as well. This is just a bait. They have
Look at
the
that
blade
level
mails.
25 Queen of Pain.
They have the blade mails, and they have a level 25 Queen of Pain, so they just tank it all up and
She
kill them
actually
right back.
didn't take damage from that.
Yeah.
If you saw.
95% lifesteal with that Octarine core.
Zero damage.
And this is the strength of the snowball from Rutgers' side. Right there, Slark had 60 stacks of essence. This queen is unkillable. And now Slark, he will go down here, most likely. That will be a solo chrono used to kill Slark, but Slark has buyback. And meanwhile, I think all of the
Is
Tulsa
actually
side does
unkillable.
it. The right click will finish up the Void, so once again, Void is dead, no buyback.
I want to watch her tank an entire Death Ward.
Nah, she doesn't have her,
Oh no, Blade Mail's not up.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Maledict will finish off the Queen of Pain, though. Instant buyback. Slark is being a little bit more patient than this queen. Slark's saving his buyback. He realizes they haven't won yet. That tier 2 top is preventing them from getting megas. But this is just a bloodbath right now. Kills from both teams. Everyone's just running in non-stop. Jakiro will almost go down, but they get a return kill once again. So that is multiple diebacks from the side of Tulsa. And now with Witch Doctor is the lone survivor here, they will be standing on top of each other in Viz. They have detection from the throne, but does not look like Witch Doctor is going to get away from this one alive. Luna spawns again, does not have the ultimate, does have a BKB, and will toss out those right clicks, but it might not be enough. With Ogre also buying back there to stun up the Wyvern, they will try to get a kill, but Queen of Pain is back and ready to play. Wyvern ult will stun and slow down the Luna despite having a BKB, so good target there. Zeus will spawn and use the ultimate, will get a kill onto the Wyvern, but these right clicks and these fire storms from Rutgers' side is just still just killing people left and right. And he has Greaves up in 1 second. He might try to bait out the Zeus here, and he will use the Greaves. They have the root onto the Zeus, followed up by an Ice Path. Zeus will get Glimmer caped up by his teammate, and now Void is back into the fray. I don't know what's going on anymore, but this is just fun. This is collegiate Dota at its finest. It's a total bloodbath, and these people, you know, they're
3-man
having fun.
Chronosphere.
A 3-man chrono. They will get the 1 kill onto Jakiro. Underlord is sitting low, but Void turns his attention to the Queen. The Queen ult misses onto Void, so Void will get Glimmer caped up and try to get away here. He's 80 health. He will time walk back a little bit of it, but the other 2 go down, Witch Doctor and Zeus. And now Queen is back on the hunt. Void went straight for the shrine. What's going on? They still haven't given up, and Rutgers is just throwing bodies in left and right. They still have that tier 2 top that they're not even caring about. They're going for the tier 4s.
Zeus went for the respawn timer too, so with the respawn timer on Zeus and Witch Doctor, they're just coming back in and dying over and over again.
And now if you
Throwing their
look at
bodies.
the
Like,
net worth though. The net worth, this tells me there's no comeback for Tulsa. It's 40,000 in favor of net worth and XP.
We're seeing how long they can last. It's not a winning game at this point.
And here's a
It's just
Luna
how
ult.
long
They
can
will
you
ult
last.
down onto the Underlord, but Underlord will immediately buy back. Here's Slark with the BKB. Will be right-clicking away, turns his attention towards the Void, who just time walks it all off. Queen jumps in with the Blade Mill active and will not take any damage. It's almost silly. The Wyvern ult coming out once again onto the Luna, so he is not going to be right-clicked very hard, but that actually will be enough. Those stats were being stolen that entire time by Slark. And now Slark has 32 stacks once again. Uses his ultimate, heals up a little bit. Now he's stuck in the trees with 150 health. There's vision on him, so he can't heal up, and he will leap out. Will Zeus miss? Zeus will miss, so he's gonna heal up still. And now, diving the fountain is the Underlord, but the creeps will finally end the game. That is Rutgers' 2-0 victory over Tulsa. Tulsa did give a very strong showing. However, Rutgers is a team that knows how to win, and they know when to have fun as well.
What was that, like a 5-minute fight in the enemy base?
That was, I don't even know, man.
It had to be even a bit more than that.
Okay, well, I can't actually look at the post-game thing due to the coordinator being down. However, we can see that they had a huge advantage. MVP, I want to give it to WWW because they had that incredible showing from both of the Slark plays. But at the same time, Storm Soul, that, like you were saying, had that huge play in Game 1, and then he was sitting behind and out of all of these chronos for Game 2, just in the perfect position to counter-initiate. My vote goes for both of them.
I'm watching the stream on delay right now, and I see a Winter Wyvern right-clicking into the enemy's pool with a Mask of Madness and a Dragon Lance. I'm going to give the Storm Soul that for that one.
Alright, so we're giving Storm Soul that, the band gaming.
He had that band gaming play in Game 1, and then Game 2 with that Mask of Madness coming out for the Winter Wyvern, as well as how he played before they had that huge advantage. Always in the right position to save people with the nice ultimates.
Absolutely. So
very good ultimates this game. That one saving the Slark in the top lane from the Zeus, and a couple others.
So wonderful performance from Rutgers. They take the series 2-0 over Tulsa. Once again, I am Zingle. Joining me today casting was Hachiko. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to give a last little quick word to our sponsors who made this possible, Band Gaming, and we will see you again shortly for the next series with, I believe, Gorgons and Toffees, but I'm not entirely sure. We will be back to you shortly, though. Enjoy.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.